Let's talk about something we all take for granted. Deep inside the walls and under the floors of your home, there's this incredibly complex network that's always working, always on. It's your plumbing, and honestly, we usually don't think about it until we have to. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this hidden system. So let's just jump right in. What actually happens when that invisible system suddenly makes itself very, very visible? I mean, when it really fails, what does that look like for you, the homeowner? For a ton of people, it's not just some little annoyance. No, it's a full-on drop-everything crisis. We're talking about catastrophic water damage, a house that's suddenly unlivable, and a massive unexpected bill. It's the kind of thing that can flip your world upside down in a heartbeat. And this list really gives you an idea of what we're up against. This isn't just about a drippy faucet. We're talking about the heavy hitters. Pipes bursting and flooding everything, the sewer backing up into your house, or the main water line breaking completely. Yeah, pretty much every homeowner's worst nightmare is on this list. So is there any way to get ahead of these disasters? Well, to really wrap our heads around the risks, we're going to zoom in and look at one specific place, Warren, Michigan. It turns out this city is the perfect case study for understanding the hidden problems that could be lurking in any of our homes. So why Warren, of all places? Because when you look at the age of its houses, the local climate, and even the dirt they're built on, you get this perfect storm for plumbing problems. And by figuring out what's going on in Warren, we can learn a ton of lessons that apply pretty much everywhere. Okay, so the first piece of this puzzle is just plain old age. A huge number of homes in Warren were built in that big post-war boom, mostly between the 50s and the 80s. That means the original pipes, the plumbing skeleton, are all getting pretty old. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Those cast iron drain pipes they used back then, they were only built to last about 40 or 50 years. So you do the math, and you realize that thousands of homes have plumbing systems that are living on borrowed time. They're way past their expiration date. All right, next, you throw the climate into the mix. Michigan winters can be absolutely brutal. You get these really intense freeze-thaw cycles that put a huge amount of stress on the pipes. When that temperature drops below 20 degrees, any water inside can freeze, expand, and just crack a pipe wide open. And a final ingredient in this disaster recipe, the ground itself. A lot of Warren is built on clay soil, which moves and shifts around, putting constant pressure on those underground lines. Add in a high water table, and suddenly you have a complete picture of why pipe failures there aren't just possible, they're predictable. But here's the thing. Old pipes don't usually just fail out of the blue. They start to talk first. They give you little warning signs, these subtle clues that something's wrong, long before it all goes sideways. You just have to know what you're listening for. And this table is basically your decoder ring. You know that annoying low water pressure you've been noticing? That's a classic sign that your old galvanized steel pipes are rusting from the inside out. That sink that drains super slowly, it's probably not just a simple clog. It's the rough, corroded inside of an old cast iron pipe that's been catching gunk for decades. Gurgling toilets, weird wet spots in the yard, these aren't just funny quirks. They're your house telling you something is seriously wrong. So how can you know for sure what's going on inside those pipes? Well, the good news is we are way past the age of just guessing. Modern tech gives us the power to actually see what's going on in there. For years and years, figuring out a drain problem was really just a shot in the dark. A plumber would run a snake down the line and kind of hope for the best, but they were working totally blind. They couldn't actually see what or where the problem was. But that whole world has changed. This quote nails it. Now, the goal is to see the exact problem before you even start talking about how to fix it. No more guesswork, just crystal clear, visual proof. And the piece of technology that makes it all possible is the camera inspection. Seriously, they can feed a tiny, waterproof, high-def camera deep into your drain lines. This lets them see every single crack, every tree root that's breaking in, every bit of corrosion, all in real time. It's a complete game changer. So once you know exactly what's wrong and exactly where it is, you can bring out the right tool to fix it. And believe me, the modern plumbing toolkit is a lot more advanced than just a pipe wrench. Let's just compare two ways of doing things. A traditional snake, it basically just pokes a hole through a clog. It's a temporary fix at best. But a modern solution like hydrojetting, that's like a power washer for the inside of your pipes. It uses super high pressure water to blast everything clean, from grease buildup to tree roots. It makes the pipe like new again. And for the really big systemic issues, the solutions are just as impressive. We're not just patching old pipes anymore.
The focus is on permanent solutions. This could mean repiping your whole house with modern materials that won't corrode, or even repairing your main sewer line without digging up your entire yard, using what's called trenchless technology. Or something as smart as getting a sump pump with a battery backup so it works even if the power goes out.
Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? The story of Warren isn't just a local news item. It's a lesson for all of us on how to be smarter, more proactive homeowners, no matter where we happen to live.
Here is your action plan. Think of it as a simple health check for your home. First, know how old your house is. That's your first clue about what kind of plumbing you're dealing with. Second, listen for those warning signs we talked about. Don't just ignore them. Third, and this one is so important, find your main water valve and know how to shut it off. This one thing could save you thousands of dollars in an emergency. And finally, be proactive. Don't wait for things to break.
So, I'll leave you with this question. That invisible network inside your home is working non-stop, around the clock. It's one of the most vital systems you own. After all this, do you really know what kind of shape it's in?